All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, Kol Haloyim La Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi Bahashem Rachak Kodash Barakate Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi Bahashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule land, teach where I learned this truth from. Peace, mercy, and blessings to the hopeful elect that believe in this truth and sincerity. It's your brother Yabba Khan coming through the spirit of power of Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi from that GMS Cleveland branch. And Lord willing, this be edifying, sound quicker through the spirit. Just want to speak on the so-called tools of the so-called new world, which was turned by, the elite, so to speak, the rulers of this present evil world, which would be the biblical Edomites, but go by the, term so-called white people, okay? And without further ado, I'm just reading to this article, and Lord willing, get some precepts, and Lord willing, this be edifying. It says, this is sociable. .co, and Lord willing, I'll put these articles in the description. It says everybody should have digital ID, bank account, and smartphone. Tools of the new world. IMF spring meetings. This was April 19th, 2023. So a few weeks ago. Which this is the secret counsels of the wicked. The wicked, it speaks about the Psalms of 64th chapter. And when they come together, it's not for the benefit of the people that dwell upon the earth, the people who don't have power. It's not for their benefit. I did a video, a couple of days ago on how these devils, they want to accelerate the 2030 agenda, And within that article that I was reading on that video, as they like to say, well, it's Cotton Schwab, I believe the founder of the WEF likes to say, people will own nothing and be happy. But leading up to that, will be certain things that they will be, putting into action gradually. And as it says, everybody should have a digital ID. Okay, you got the Fed now coming out, and it's only a matter of time before they say your identification or your driver license or whatever will need to be on your phone, and they're gonna make it seem that they're gonna make it seem convenient for the people, as if it's suitable, as if it's the best thing to do, just like they did with the Cash App, the Apple Pay, the Zelle, like it was the best thing to do. Or don't use cash, you might get germs. And now they got it, these reverse ATMs. I forgot exactly where. Now they got reverse ATMs, as if it's gonna be more suitable for people, seeing as people are already, majority of the people already prefer digital transactions, but nonetheless. Okay, these are all tools of the new world. It says a bank account. Majority of people have bank accounts. Okay, and why is that? So that they can track, okay, whether or not you taking money out or put money in. Okay, where deposits coming from, exactly what location you withdrawn from, and even more so what transactions you make. Because when people use these Cash Apps and Apple Pay, Zelles, whatever, order things online, DoorDash, all of that. The money comes from out of their bank account, so therefore they can track it. Okay, and it says in a smartphone, and what's within your because your bank account comes with a card, and your smartphone, they have two similar things. What? A CHIP, which where's that spoke about in Revelation 13:16 on down, which is a physical thing. Okay, and in this other article I got, okay, which is on the same website, it says how the tools of the new world align with the Great Reset agenda, merge with the IOB, which IOB means the Internet of Bodies, okay, which that's the digital system being set up, if I'm not mistaken, okay, merging man with technology, the fourth industrial revolution. This is what's happening. So it says how the tools of the new world. What's the tools of the new world? The digital ID, the bank account, and the smartphone. You got the banks collapsing, which is forcing people, to go into a state of panic and fear of them, the bank, whoever they banking with collapsing. So they moving on to the bigger banks, which is going to lead up to them moving to a bank that's controlled by the CBs, okay, the central bankers, who are about to issue forth the central bank digital currency. So it says how the tools of the new world align with the Great Reset agenda. Okay, what is a part of the Great Reset agenda? You will own nothing and be happy. Okay, you will live in a 15-minute city. Okay, you will get a certain amount of digital dollars, so to speak, deposited. Okay, every week or every other week, however they gonna do it, and you will only have a certain amount of time to spend it on what exactly they allow you to spend it on. This is all a part of Greater Reset agenda. And look at this. This is the article I had went into. I'm gonna just read the title. It says the World Economic Forum says it will accelerate the implementation of globalist agenda 2030. So they said that they will have certain things accomplished by 2030, but now they say they gotta accelerate it. Okay, so Lord willing, we'll be out of here within the next few years. Okay, which let's go to Revelation chapter 12. Revelation chapter 12, Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And when you run it late, okay, if you got a 30-minute drive and you know you only got 15 minutes to be to your destination, guess what? You got to move with haste. You got to make haste. And in the midst of you making haste, you're going to be all over the place. You're going to be sloppy. Okay, you might forget some things in relation to these devils. Okay, they moving sloppy. They making haste. You got people speaking out against them. It's a lot going on. Okay, and that's going to lead to them. Ultimately, the great wrath is going to be the martial law. Okay, the peacekeeping troops, which is really going to be, the peace destroying troops. Okay, because the people over here, okay, they believe that they in a phase of peace and safety, and it tells you in 1 Thessalonians the 5th chapter. Let's go to that real quick, because you got the WHO just declared that the C19 scamdemic was over. Okay, within the past week, they said the C19 scamdemic was over. No more mandatory jump shots. Okay, no more mandatory Kool-Aid. They said all of that was over. So guess what? 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Okay, shall not escape. It says sudden destruction. Let's go into the word sudden.
Strong's G 160. Eiphneidios.
Unexpected, sudden, unforeseen. Why can't the people see? Because the Lord got them blinded. Specifically speaking about the majority of the nation of Israel. It's like the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native, and Seminole Indians. Okay, what's about to come upon them is unforeseen, because they walking around. Okay, Scripture tell you, Isaiah 60, gross darkness cover the earth, gross darkness of the people. That gross darkness represents ignorance. Okay, people being that ignorant state of mind. Okay, which is ignorant means to lack knowledge. Okay, but they are wise to do good. So like if they are wise to do evil. Okay, our people rather they caught up in all this wickedness, and they rather have it that way. Therefore, they are not paying attention to what's coming down the pipe. That's why it's gonna be unexpected, the sudden destruction. Okay, they just said the C19 scamdemic was over. Okay, and you ain't been having people. You don't even see that many people wearing diapers on their face no more. And those who do, they bugged out their mind. But that shows you that. Let's read it in NLT. 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3 in the NLT. When people are saying everything is peaceful and secure, and if you ask somebody, does it feel like the world is about to end? Now, granted, you have some people that will tell you it feels like we're in the last days. But you have these majority of the people, okay, even the people who may say it, they still carry themselves as if everything is peaceful and secure. But guess what it says? Then disaster will fall on them suddenly. So like it fall on them as suddenly as a pregnant woman's labor pains begin. Okay, when a woman's water break, so to speak, she instantly start having, the cramps and things of that nature. That's how it's about to be. It's just gonna happen out of nowhere. People gonna be just going about their day, they wickedness, and then boom, take the C hip or get beheaded. You got to go to a camp. Okay, you've been watching Israelite videos. You've been watching IUIC videos. You got to go to a camp. It's gonna be crazy out here. Okay, it says, and there will be no escape. Whoever the Lord wants to put judgment upon is going to happen. Whoever, as it tells you, let's go to this real quick. Just a quick point I want to make. As it tells you in Jeremiah chapter 15, in verse 2, and it shall come to pass if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. Okay, these things are gonna happen to people unexpectedly, and it's gonna be, they're gonna be so caught off guard, they're gonna be trying to come to the man of the Lord for answers, and these gonna be the answers. Okay, thus saith Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. But let's go back to this article. Okay, the World Economic Forum says it will accelerate the implementation of the Globalist Agenda 2030. And guess what comes with that? Okay, it says the Great Reset, okay, which that's synonymous with the 2030. Okay. So like it, let me see. Because it says, it says the United Nations and the WEF appear frustrated by a lack of progress made towards their Great Reset ideology alongside Agenda 2030. Okay, so these things are synonymous. They are parallel. They go they hand to hand. Okay. So Salaki, let's go back to this other article. It says the Great Reset represents the destruction of individual autonomy, which basically you being able to do as you please, so to speak. Even though they didn't let people do as thou wilt for so long, now they about to cut that short. Okay. It says the Great Reset represents the destruction of individual autonomy and national sovereignty using the tools of the New World perspective. Okay. Smartphones, bank accounts, and digital ID, the so-called tools of the New World, align with the Great Reset agenda and are merging with the Internet of Bodies. Let's look at this word align. Okay. Line up, ally. Ally, meaning they holding hands. They partners. Okay. To give support to a person, or organization, or cause. So the tools of the New World it supports the Great Reset. Everybody has an iPhone or a new Samsung Galaxy, but majority of people have iPhones. Okay, majority of people have bank accounts and the digital wallets on their phones. This is all supporting the NWO, the one world currency, one world government, and it's all happening gradually, you know. But it says, hold on. It says powering the unelected globalist Great Reset agenda are technologies emerging from what the WEF founder Cotton Schwab calls the Fourth Industrial Revolution that will ultimately lead to the fusion. What does the word fusion mean? Let's look it up real quick. Okay, a blend, a melting, the process or results of joining two or more things together to form a single entity. So the Fourth Industrial Revolution that will ultimately lead to the fusion, okay, the joining together of what? Our physical, our digital, and our biological identities, okay? Last month, India's digital ID architect, okay, the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, that it says Salakia. I'm gonna read that again. Salakia, I'm too excited. Last month, India's digital ID architect Nandan Nilekani told the IMF that everybody should have a digital ID, a bank account, and a smartphone, which this is how they will track everybody. Okay. It says, and the smartphones, they were the tools of the New World for digital public infrastructure. Okay, and Cotton Schwab said that the nations should follow after the China as a role model. Okay, speaking of the surveillance system, the social credit system, which that's the totalitarian government, which means the ones who have power are in total control of the people who don't have power. Okay, that's why you need to scan to get in and out the city. Okay, and that's gonna come to America. It said eventually these three tools can merge into one ecosystem, the Internet of Salakia. It says eventually these three tools can merge into one ecosystem, the Internet of Bodies, which exemplifies that fusion of our physical, biological, and digital identities. Okay. So basically, hold on, it says smartphones in their current form will one day become obsolete. You see, these iPhones, it was only meant to condition people to want to be a part of the digital world, the internet of bodies. That's why they came out with the metaverse. You know, they used to have the Wii, where you was acting like, you know, you would be making the movements, and then the character that you play will be making the same movements. This was all of these things was when the elites came out with these different devices, it was all in their plans for these things to become obsolete. I mean, to be worthless, because they wanted all to lead up to you having a C-hip, okay? You living in the metaverse, as it says, and we are already starting to see glimpses of a future where new kinds of devices, what devices? The C-hip will be required to interact with everything from contactless payments to the coming metaverse. You see, people will be living in the metaverse. You don't have to go pop a real woman. You can just go to the metaverse and experience the thought. You don't have to experience the physical feeling, the actual action. You could just think about it and you'll be good. That's what the devil tell you. You don't need to live in a mansion and have 40 acres and a mule. You could go to the metaverse and have it. That's what's coming. It says these devices include wearables like augmented reality headsets and earbuds that can decode brain activity, but they also include devices that can be implanted into the human body, along with sensors that read your biometrics. And that's the point. Okay, that's what's coming. It says how the tools of the new world align with the Great Reset agenda merge with the IOB. People having smartphones, having bank accounts, having Cash App, Zelle, Apple Pay, Instagram, TikTok, and all these things is going to lead to people, because people worship these things. And when it's all taken away, and the only way for them to have access to it is to have a brain C-hip and put on their goggles, or to have a hand C-hip, people going to do it. And that's what this all leaded to. You know, Salakia just wanted to read through that, through the spirit, because these things is going to surely come. I'm going to close with this. Habakkuk chapter 2. That's Salakia. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Everything that the prophet saw, it was for an appointed time. That's why some things happened and some things didn't. It says, but at the end it shall speak. You see, the prophecy is speaking for itself, right along with the true prophets. Okay, so Salakia. So for those who trying to say the prophecies are something else, well then why is the prophecies saying what they are saying? Okay, you don't see the talks about people paying and buying with sin, paying and buying with a picture of Cesare Borgia. It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. It's going to surely happen. Lord willing, this was edifying. Closing, I want to say, call Lord Imla Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rachak Kodash Barakata Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach over. I learned this truth from. Peace, mercy, and blessings to the hopeful elect that believe on this truth and sincerity. Till next time, I say, Kwame Yasha Allah, I'm a wife, Lababor, Shalom.